I think what we're seeing from a measurement standpoint is there are a number of different vendors out there all pushing their measurement methodologies, their measurement strategy, all trying to sort of fill the, let's say the hole that Nielsen provided, right? But let's be clear, Nielsen is still the de facto standard. Everyone is still measuring on Nielsen and using that as their current strategy. But there is plenty of room for alternative currencies in this mix, right? And whether a client, is looking for at one company versus another, at Fox, we're just trying to support everyone and make sure that we have a comprehensive solution for whatever deal they want to bring to us. I think one of the other reasons why measurement is important is from a technology standpoint, we're starting to see a lot more interoperability between the technology vendors, but we're not seeing that on the measurement side. Everyone is still very solid and very much me versus, hey, let's work together to find a comprehensive solution. Once we find that solution, it'll unlock so many more opportunities and avails within the addressable world. We're able to now operate within that C3, C7 mix and really just open the I guess, boatload of inventory that we would have at our disposal once the measurement piece is in a better place. Not saying solved, but in a better place.
So you look after advertising, advanced advertising tech and operations. How much complexity is there in dealing with all of these different measurement solutions? Is there a lot of pain at the delivery side to make sure that you really are interoperable with all of these folks?
Absolutely. There's a lot of pain in, number one, understanding their methodology, understanding how they differ from each other, understanding what their reason the reason to be actually is, right? And how they're bringing a different approach to something that Nielsen has brought in the past. So really just understanding that core methodology portion, and then to your point, integrating that within our players and our platforms to be able to utilize that better. And then what you'll see too is maybe on some of our content, we measure very well with one company, we measure poorly with another company, and vice versa for another piece of content. So really trying to understand that baseline across the board to make sure that we're working to the client's best interest.
So you and a lot of your peers are doing a lot increasingly with customer data. Mm-hmm. Tell us a bit about what you're doing with data, first-party data.
Gotcha. So a lot of our peers have a lot of offline data due to theme parks or due to things of that nature, or even due to them being an SVOD player. Fox has doubled down as being an AVOD, advertising video on demand supported player, fast network. So what we try not to do is put a subscription wall or any sort of barrier to viewing our content in front of users. So with that being said, we've had to take other sort of innovative marketing strategies to build out our first party data, right? Whether it's putting up a marketing contest here, whether it's utilizing third party data from elsewhere and bringing that into our fold. But we are organically trying to build up our first party data to essentially be a powerhouse in this industry.
So from an innovation point of view, in and around the advanced advertising space, what's exciting you and your colleagues at the moment? Where is Fox starting to see real progress and traction with new offerings, new innovations in the advertising space?
I think one thing that is really interesting to us, and something I mentioned before, is we're starting to see a lot of the tech vendors become a little more interoperable. So that allows us now, as we build a comprehensive plan for an advertiser, we can incorporate addressable, data-driven linear, programmatic, all into one deal. And being able to patch all of these pieces together to make sure that we're hitting that advertiser KPI in any fashion that they want across all of our content, across all of the distributors that our content relies on, that's really interesting. Being able to put that all together and come out with a total one Fox package, as opposed to these individual buys or individual sort of product offerings, really putting everything together and making sure from a client perspective, they could come to Fox as their one-stop shop.
So you've mentioned collaboration a couple of times. Why is it so important when it comes to scaling out these kinds of advanced advertising offerings?
This is hard. The tech is not easy, right? So I'm going to my engineering teams and I'm saying, hey, look, I need you guys to support this integration. I need you guys to support that integration, and 9 others, and none of them, in the past, none of them had any overlap. So it is 9 different projects, and what they're looking at, what our engineering team's looking at is, okay, well, what's the revenue potential for each one of those individually? Which maybe individually they weren't, but together as a comprehensive whole they were. So now that we're seeing a lot more collaboration, I can integrate once and build it out once and be able to hit 3 or 4 different partners in one shot. My engineering team is super happy. We're very happy that we could go to market a lot quicker with a much larger scale. So that's really the big crux for why collaboration has been so important to us.
What's the biggest technology headache you grapple with at the moment?
The biggest technology headache, just back to that interoperability, not everybody's there yet, right? So getting all the distributors to kind of play nicely so that we actually have that scale is really the biggest thing. The last thing I want to do is have to go to each individual distributor and sign individual deals with each one. So folks like Canoe, Go Addressable, they helped us package all this together where I only have sort of one person to actually speak to, and I don't have to necessarily go and cut deals with each different MVPD who may have very different monetization goals than sort of this one collective party.
And from a bigger market point of view, what are you most excited about for the rest of this year?
What we're most excited about for the rest of this year is literally, like I said, that cross-platform, cross-network packaging opportunity. We really feel like we have a number of great tools at our disposal, but not every client always got to see all of them because some of the times they were interested in this versus that. Putting it all together and being able to offer one, like I mentioned, a one Fox package, showcasing the benefits of all of our products, meeting the KPIs and sort of various natures that the client is looking for, and being able to offer them that is super exciting for us.